hello, everybody. Today I'm with my wife.
Hi.
And we got married, wait, is it 2 weeks ago for you guys? I think it's 2 weeks.
Nearly 2 weeks.
Nearly 2 weeks, yeah. And today we're going to be talking about the wedding day. Okay. So, why don't you start with what you did on the morning of the wedding?
Okay, so the night before the wedding, I was staying in a hotel with my family, and so I woke up and I had a really nice hotel room with a TV that had Netflix on it, which was cool. So I had Netflix on while I got ready, had a shower, just very chill. It was nice. I wasn't that nervous, but like I got a few times I just suddenly thought like, oh my god, this is so real, and then I just felt like a sharp like butterfly feeling in my tummy, which was it's actually weird how little I was nervous, because I thought I'd be like a wreck, but I was actually okay. So yeah, I got ready, and then we drove to the wedding venue, which was nice.
Shall I do my morning?
Yeah.
Before getting to the venue. So I woke up at about 7:30, and my cousin was staying over with me, who was my maid of honour, and so in the morning we had a little talk, which was really nice because both of us were super excited, and I went to have a shower and all that kind of stuff, get ready, pack the final few things, and then I headed off with my mum to the venue because we had a lot of people to transport there basically, and so my maid of honour was coming in a different car at a different time. All very complicated, but not on the actual day because we'd planned way in advance, so that was all good. But yeah, so I arrived at the venue at about 10.
About 10,
yeah.
And then my mum got a text from Millie to say, like, I'm about to arrive, like, make sure that Lizzie is like hidden away so that we wouldn't see each other on the morning of the wedding.
Yeah, and we hadn't spoken in, we decided to not speak for 24 hours as well.
Yeah, which is the longest we hadn't spoken in probably 4.5 years.
Yeah.
So that was tricky.
Yeah.
So yeah, we so when I arrived at the venue, the first thing I did was to like assemble the wedding cake, because I made the wedding cake, and it was made up of 3 like 2-tier cakes, so I had to like put them all one on top of the other, which was quite scary because I was terrified that it was going to collapse at any moment, but I managed to do it with the help of my mum and my grandma, even though the icing on one side of the cake didn't survive on the journey, but it was alright because we put that side of the cake like against the wall, so no one actually saw it, so that was good. Yeah, so the cake had 6 different flavours, so it was like there was 6 layers and 6 flavours, so they were raspberry, orange, lemon, lime, vanilla and salted caramel, and all the layers were different colours as well, so it looked like a rainbow when it was cut into, and I spent 6 weeks like making 1 layer a week and then putting it in the freezer. and then a few days before the wedding I like defrosted them all and did the icing and stuff. So it was a
long task.
It was a big job, but I'm really glad that I did it myself because I love baking. Like, baking is probably one of my favourite hobbies. So yeah, I really wanted to do it.
Yeah, so that was in the morning you were doing that.
And then pretty soon after that I got the text to say that you were arriving.
Yeah.
And also
Yes.
as you were arriving,
The flowers came.
arrived, which I then had to wait ages to see the flowers, but like after you'd got out of the way.
Yeah.
So that we didn't run into each other. The flowers were so pretty, weren't they?
Yeah.
There was we wanted like a different colour bouquet for each of the bridesmaids because the bridesmaids each wore a different colour of the rainbow. So like they each had a matching bouquet, and we were like, we'd asked the wedding shop for something quite simple, like just 1 or 2 flowers each. So like we were aware like the bouquets were going to be really small, like not really bouquets, just a couple of flowers. Yeah. But in the end they
weren't happy with how it looked.
yeah,
so
like just before they brought the flowers, they decided they weren't happy with how they looked and they wanted to upgrade them for us. So they made them into like bigger bouquets, which was really nice.
They looked amazing.
They looked so good.
Yeah. So yeah, you sorted the flowers. I was in our accommodation that we'd be staying in after the wedding, which was on site, and I was basically, it was a constant stream of people. So I had my maid of honour arrive, 2 of my siblings, and then my bridesmaid who I'd never met in person before, which was really fun. And she was introduced to like my mum and my siblings and my cousin all at once, so that was very overwhelming for her. And then I had like another sibling and his girlfriend come in, and like it was just crazy, and the photographer and the videographer as well, so it was like it got really packed in there.
I didn't tell you this, but when the photographer came to see me, I kept asking him like, is Millie in her suit yet? Is Millie in her suit yet? And he was like, I can't comment. Like, I can't tell you. And I was like, no.
The answer is no, by the way.
Yeah, the answer was no.
I thought because like you need a lot of time to get into your dress, and I was like, it doesn't really take that long to get a suit on at all. So I decided to do it just before 1, and the ceremony was at 2, but then you have the registrars interview you. One person is 30 minutes before and one person is 15 minutes before. So I needed to basically be ready for 1:30, and I thought that would be plenty of time. It was, as it turns out, not plenty of time. I basically just got into the suit as the registrars arrived because I didn't know how to do my tie.
So I haven't asked you this, but like, did like some of your people help you get dressed, or did you get dressed on your own?
I mostly got dressed on my own, but once I'd put on the actual suit, I was like, I really struggled to bend down to put the shoes on like I did in the shop. But I actually had my sibling do it for me.
Your shoes?
Yeah, the shoes and the socks, because I switched the socks. It was, you know. And then I had my dad do my tie, and then I was just sorting out the pocket square and buttonhole when the pre-ceremony interview began, and I was like, okay, that all happened so quickly, like time just
time flew so.
I thought it was gonna stand still because I'd be waiting for like the ceremony, but it really flew by, and I also did not get nervous. I don't know why. Everything makes me nervous, but I didn't get nervous, and everyone asked me all morning if I was nervous, and I was just like, nope. So that was really funny. But yeah, so I had the pre-ceremony interview, and you should talk about your dress and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I had my hair and makeup done quite early in the day because she was like, I want to leave 2 hours for hair and makeup, and I was like, okay. Like I thought that would leave so much time between, you know, finishing getting ready and you know, having to put my dress on, but it actually didn't. Like it, I mean, my hair and makeup was done pretty early, which was very relaxing for me, and then I feel like it was probably quite a while between finishing that and putting my dress on, but it didn't feel very long at all. Like time went really, really quickly, and yeah, I usually when I'm excited about something, time just, you know, goes really slowly. But on the wedding day, it flew by, and you know, of course, that's not to say I wasn't excited. I was extremely excited. Like I'd never been so excited. But I don't know what it was. Like
it just went.
Every minute, it just disappeared. But yeah. So after I had my hair and makeup done, the photographer and the videographer like came in and started taking some pictures and stuff, and that was really nice. It was nice to get used to having a camera in your face, because we were going to have them both be there all day, so it's like we really needed to get used to it. But it felt really natural. It was really nice. And then I had my 3 bridesmaids come in. Like I was getting ready in this like dressing room at the wedding venue.
Can I just say, it literally is like a Hollywood dressing room. Like it's really cool.
It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I really got used to like being very glamorous and like
in the
limelight, like the centre of attention that day. I thought I would really not enjoy, but I loved it. And you know, I just want all the attention now. But yeah, so I was there with my bridesmaids and my mum and my grandma and my auntie. So yeah, I got my dress on about an hour before I needed to be ready. Well, that's what I was meant to do, but yeah, it was a bit less than an hour, which got me a little bit stressed.
Just a little bit.
But it mostly went to plan, and yeah, so my dress was just the most amazing thing. I was so obsessed with it.
I don't think we'll have the like professional photos back by the time that I'm editing this, but I might put up some Lizzie approved family and friends photos of just us. Obviously we're not going to include people who have not given their permission, but yeah, I might include some photos in this throughout. I don't know, see how it goes, but yeah.
So after I got my dress on, my dad came in the room, like for the first look type thing, like very traditional. Yeah, so he nearly cried, which was nice. But I really didn't want to cry because I'd spent a lot of money on the makeup and I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to ruin it. Yeah, so somehow I didn't cry, which is absolutely mad because I'm such a crier. Like I cry at everything, like happy things, sad things,
everything,
surprises, shocks, everything. So yeah, I managed not to cry, which was mad. Thank you. And yeah, I spent a bit of time with my dad, and then I had the pre-ceremony like interview with the registrars, which was fine. Yeah, it's something you have to do. I don't really get the reason why you have to do it.
Okay, it's just a check. Like, you give notice about 6 months before, something like that, and then they just have to double check that those details are correct. And it's probably good that they did, because the first time that they're giving notice, I was too nervous to do alone because I didn't know what to expect. So I went in with my dad, and my dad didn't put my mum's like full name, because she's not really like known by that, and we always forget. So I'm kind of glad for the pre-ceremony interview, because I got to correct that. And also they had made 2 or 3 errors. They had. That was the most stressful part of the day. I mean, I kept it cool, but honestly, it's like they have limited time before they have to go see you, and I was like, they also weren't like, we had some issues with the registrars, because as I was talking about in my wedding planning video, we had to get a transcript of them for our BSL interpreter, and there was just stuff in there that we weren't expecting at all.
Yeah, the original transcript of the ceremony included some
traditional stuff that we didn't.
Yeah, it was like some like archaic traditions, like, you know, the meaning behind giving your daughter
like
away,
physically,
like
putting the hand in the, like, yeah, that's just not what we wanted to do.
And there was also a really cringy poem that we were just like, what is this?
Yeah, and so we filled in the options form, but they still had this like stuff in that we just didn't know about.
But we were so relieved that we'd got a transcript, because if we'd have been there on the wedding day for the first time and you know, heard what the original transcript was, but oh my god,
yeah,
that would have been such a shock.
Yeah,
and not a nice one.
No. And so on the actual day when I was doing my interview, so they had the updated transcript, but they had selected the wrong, because on the options form you choose like vowel A, vowel B, vowel C.
Yeah, and there's 3 different like wordings you can choose.
And we chose like the most kind of modern, simple one. And they'd put down the most long, archaic one for some reason. And I was having to explain this to one of them, and they were just like, no, so see, this has to all be decided before. And I was like, no, I know, we did decide it before. I'm telling you that we chose the other option, but I was also trying to be polite. So I was like, oh, are you sure? Like, I think that we chose the other option. And then the other registrar like checked it in the file and was like, oh no, they did choose this option. And I was like, phew. But there were a couple of other things like that they hadn't got right, so I had to correct them, but also it was really hard for them. They didn't believe me for like most of it, so I was just sitting there like,
yeah, so
please listen.
I suppose the pre-ceremony interviews, like, it's a good job that we had
basically,
I suppose.
Like, I was really dreading it, but I'm really glad it happened so that we didn't have any nasty surprises in there. But yeah, registrars are difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
But they were really nice. It was just like, obviously I probably just seemed a bit like a bridezilla, because I had asked for the changes, and then also I'm sitting there going, no, I'm pretty sure we had it this way, you know. So
and they're used to being right.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, so. For sure. So anyway.
Yeah. So well, you walked down the aisle first, so we should talk about that.
Yeah. So this, at the like close to the ceremony time, our coordinator, I don't know if that's the right title for her, but she was like, okay, we're just getting everything sorted, and then we'll call you to come out with your bridesmaids, and everything. And then we got called into the building, and it was really weird, because basically it's like this actual ceremony bit, it's like curtained off, and then you know, so it's just like you can tell that there's like a lot of people behind that curtain, but it's like really empty in there. And then so we all got lined up, and there's someone who kind of nods to each person as they like are ready to walk down the aisle, so that they can walk down the aisle.
Yeah, because we had all our bridesmaids
go first.
go in front of us.
Yeah, so I was the last for mine, and then you were the last out of everyone. It's the most insane feeling. I was doing letter writing earlier, and I was talking to the person I was letter writing to about that specific feeling, and I was like trying to describe it, because it's really indescribable. Like the feeling of waiting to go down the aisle is really, it's unlike anything, but it's like a flood of joy, but also like, wow, I cannot believe this is happening, like in a good way.
A
but
day that, like a moment that we've been thinking about for years.
Yeah.
It's like it's all come down to
Planning
this.
and
Yeah.
my heart was like really going, like, but yeah, it's a really unique feeling. And then, so all the bridesmaids walked out. They had a very difficult job. The one who went first had a very difficult job. And then I walked down with my dad and stood, and like I turned to not face the aisle, because I was doing that like turnaround thing, because why not? Like the turn, like when you start walking down the aisle, like I would turn around to see you.
Right.
So I was just like, anyway, so I was doing that, but I was also looking over my shoulder to see when her bridesmaid sat down, so I knew when to turn. But then, your side.
My turn. Yeah, so as I was waiting to go, I came out of the room that I was getting ready in, and there was a wooden screen that they'd put up so that we wouldn't see each other, and there was like a few gaps in the screen, so I could like peek through and see, and I saw like some of the guests, and that really terrified me, and that really like solidified the, oh my god, this is real, like this is the moment we've been thinking about for so long, and oh, I'm getting nervous again just thinking about it, but it was, like Millie said, it was unique and a very strange feeling.
It's really
amazing,
unlike anything else,
but amazing, like one of the best feelings I've ever had. And then my nerves were like through the roof, like I was absolutely terrified. And then I started walking with my dad, and as soon as I saw Millie, I just wasn't nervous anymore, and that was the moment that I couldn't stop myself crying. So I think I did cry a little bit, but I think my tear ducts knew that I didn't want to ruin the makeup, because the tears didn't fall, they just stayed here. So that was good. So that the makeup stayed intact, which was great. But yeah, it was then quite funny, because my dress was very long and very big, and I hadn't practiced walking in it enough. Like at my dress fittings, I would practice like walking around that little small room, but you know, there wasn't enough room to like fully, you know, practice walking. So I started walking down the aisle with my dad, and we were walking quite quickly, and I was like, I could feel that like the dress getting stuck underneath my feet, like it was starting to like roll up underneath my feet and get caught, and I was like starting to walk on it, and I was like panicking, and I said to my dad, like, I think we're walking too fast, and then I just heard everyone laugh, and I was like, oh my god, this is the moment where I walk down the aisle and I'm ruining it and I'm laughing. But you know, it's just very me, to be honest. Like, if I wasn't giggling as I walked down the aisle, then, you know,
what were you doing?
Yeah, it wouldn't really be me. But yeah, I was like, I think we're going too fast. And my dad went, no, I don't think so. And just kept walking. And then
I didn't hear this until after because I couldn't hear because you were so far down.
I'm glad you couldn't hear.
I could only see.
I thought everyone could hear.
Yeah, I could only see.
But yeah, so I was like nearly tripping over the dress and I had to like readjust it. Did you see me readjust it?
Yeah.
You did? Oh God, that'll be on the video. Oh God, do you know what? I'm not looking forward to seeing that part of the video. I'm really not. Do you think they'll cut it out?
No, I don't think they will. I think it was nice. It was fun.
It was very mean.
Yeah.
Clumsy. I got to the end of the aisle and there was Millie and she was wearing her suit and I hadn't seen it before and it was amazing. It was like, it was just, oh my God, it was so pretty.
And I hadn't seen your dress.
No, we're talking about
No, we're talking about the dress.
No. Your suit was just, oh, it was so cool and it felt really soft and the colour was perfect and the material was really nice and the pattern was great and you looked amazing.
Thank you. The dress is like the perfect dress. I've not seen a better dress. So, and it obviously you look beautiful in it. So
thank you.
So yeah.
I'm getting very shy.
I'm getting shy now. We got married in front of lots of people, but
we're still shy.
We're still shy. Anyway, yeah, that was all great.
Yeah. So then we got married.
Yeah, that was intense.
The ceremony felt like it went really quickly to me. Like, okay, we'd removed a lot from the transcript because we didn't like it, but which might be one of the reasons why it felt like it went really quickly. But it felt like the ceremony was over before it even started. Like, so we had to do the vows and like the legal vows and the exchanging of the rings
and personal vows
and we'd written our own vows, like we wrote them together as a, like I would say a line and then she would say a line and then we'd swap back and forth. And there were like funny moments in there and there were like emotional moments and deep moments and
good balance.
People laughed and people cried. Like, I'm so proud of us because we made people laugh and cry. That's just, that is the perfect response. That's what you want from your vows.
Yeah. But it was like after, I can't remember, I think it was after the legal vows, but the registrar just whispered like, you are now married. and I was like,
she went, you're now married. You're like, oh, thank you for telling us.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's really interesting. I suppose it's a really nice thing for them to do because it's like, this is the moment that you are now married.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah. The ring exchange, which was good, and then we did once it was all, sorted, we did the signing, which was very, very surreal as well. Super surreal.
Yeah. And I remember there was a window next to the table where we were signing and the sun was just like shining so brightly through the window and it was like there was like sun rays just like on the certificate where we were signing. And it's just like, it's a really small thing but it's just something I'm always going to remember.
Yeah, we walked down the aisle.
Yeah, and
got showered in confetti.
Yeah, I heard one of Millie's brothers as we were walking up shout, aim for her hair, and I don't know if that was me or you that he was referring to.
Probably me.
But we both got confetti all over the hair.
Yeah.
And all over my dress and like all down my front. It went into my
front.
Yeah.
And I had a pocket which lots of confetti got gathered into. So that was quite a fun job for the next morning to take that all out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went down the aisle and we saw one of our internet friends for the first time ever in real life.
Because we'd invited a couple of people who we'd never met before. Like, we'd just met them online. It was incredible to see them, like, to meet them.
Yeah. There is a
For the first
picture
time.
of our faces the moment that we saw her.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll put that here.
Yeah, I'll just have to crop it. Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's great. And then straight back, so I didn't realise after that we'd immediately get congratulated by everyone. I don't know why I didn't expect that.
Oh, I expected that. I fully expected that.
But I was not prepared. Well, I was, but I was like not expecting it.
Yeah, so like at that point we'd just left the ceremony area and all our guests literally just queued up to hug us
and say congratulations and lovely vows.
Yeah, lots of Millie's family who are writers and poets, they like complimented us on our vows and said they were really beautiful, and I was just like, wow, I'm not a writer.
We've done well.
But we've done a good thing. You're good at writing, but I'm not. I haven't been. I suppose I'm all right if we did that.
Yeah.
I should. Yeah.
So we got lots of compliments, and you didn't get to taste any of the canapes. I made a point of trying to taste them. I got to taste 2 out of 3. We had spring rolls, which I didn't get to taste, mini croquettes, which I did get to taste, and mini fish and chips.
Really jealous.
I know. Mini fish and
I was
chips.
too busy
Yeah.
to eat.
Yeah. Mini fish and chips. Which I did get to taste, but I don't like fish, so I just had the chip. But yeah.
Yeah, and then we
Photos.
had our group photos.
Yeah.
So we had like each of our families, our friends, like separate groups for all the photos.
But
Which
like
was
this
so
fairy
much
light
fun.
curtain.
It was so much fun. That's one of my favourite moments of the day. I say that as if it wasn't all my favourite part of the day, because the whole day was my favourite part of the day.
Yeah.
And that's cheating, I know.
But it's what I'm gonna say.
I
as well.
can't choose.
No.
I can't choose the best bit.
Yeah, the group photos were great. Like, and we managed to get them all in, which was fab. We had quite a few to do.
Yeah, we got them in the time.
And we then headed out to do some solo shots of just you and just me and then just us. And that was a laugh because we had to get people to carry a dress.
Yeah, my dress needed about 7 people to carry.
And there's this really funny video of my maid of honour / cousin running to help out, and you just hear her echo in the distance.
Yeah, she's just shouting, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming.
You just hear it echo and then it gets louder and louder, and she runs on. It's really, anyway.
It's such a great video.
Yeah, everyone came to your aid anyway.
Yeah, so that was nice. So we took some pictures outside, and then it was time for...
And it was really sunny. It was like the only sunny day in that week, like properly sunny. It was really nice.
The weather was really lovely. It's a bit windy, but it was like really sunny. It was cold. It was cold.
I wasn't that cold because I was wearing a winter suit.
I and all the bridesmaids were
freezing. Yeah. So there was that, and then it was pretty much, because that took quite a long time, all the photos, it was pretty much time for dinner then.
Yeah, so we went into this other barn, where we'd put out all the tables.
Yeah, Lizzie set up all the tables the day before.
Yeah, like decorated the tables and stuff, and I was very happy with how it looked.
Yeah. With the nameplate stones, which I showed in my previous video about the wedding, I have a little prop. Because our talented friend, I always leave a link to her down below so you can find her, and she was also my bridesmaid. She made us this little stone here because
it's so beautiful.
She painted all of the place name stones, a lot of stones, and she painted this one as well as a little extra wedding gift that we didn't know about. So
it's so cute.
Anyway, so
I absolutely love that. Yeah, so then we had our meal. So everyone clapped as we entered, which was nice. As I was saying, I love the attention. I had to like weave my way through all the tables.
That was
in my
difficult
dress
because
I was having to
so stippy step, little tiny stippy steps.
Yeah. So then we had our food. So our starter was tandoori chicken salad, which was delicious. It was And then we had beef and dauphinoise potatoes.
And seasonal vegetables.
Seasonal vegetables for our main. And then we had sticky toffee pudding and ice cream for the dessert.
Yeah.
It was literally the most amazing meal.
Lots of people came up to us to talk to us, and lots of people came up with, because we put disposable cameras on each table, and so lots of people came by with the disposable cameras just
to take a picture of us.
And be real. We had a few people coming up like, would you be in? I'll be real. It was great. It was so good.
It was good.
Yeah.
So that was amazing, and lots of people came up to us and, you know, said nice things, and yeah, it was really clear like how much of an amazing time everyone was having, which oh my god, it just meant so much to me.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then
speeches.
Yeah, and then we had the speeches. There was your dad, who properly made me cry, like absolutely sob.
Yeah, his
speech was just it was amazing, and because he cried as he was reading it, and it was, I don't think I've ever seen him cry, so
he doesn't really cry.
It was
Emotions.
powerful emotions, yeah.
And then your dad did a speech.
Yeah, my dad did a speech, which was really nice. Lots of embarrassing stories about me.
Perfect.
Yep.
And then my mum did a speech.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, really.
It was
kind of comedy based.
And about how amazing it is to be a feminist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much,
that's it.
So yeah, it was incredible.
We were running late by this time. I don't know, just I guess the eating and the talking took a while. And we also had there was a tea and coffee round that happened, which was wasn't unexpected because I saw it on the schedule, but it was unexpected when we saw the catering brochure. I didn't see that anywhere.
I think it's like a speeches thing. I think you're supposed to have a tea or a coffee with speeches traditionally.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Anyway, so we were running a little bit late, and I was thinking, the videographer might not stay on for the first dance, which is when we'd booked him to.
Because we'd booked him to a certain time, 8 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
Which was going to be just after the first dance. But by 8 o'clock we still hadn't done the first dance, so we were a bit he's probably going to leave.
Yeah.
Which will be sad,
but we got into the barn and he was still there.
Yeah,
so,
which was really nice.
Yeah, he stayed on and he was just really nice about it.
And we haven't been charged extra for that, which is really lovely.
Yeah. So nice of him.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't our fault that it overran.
No.
But yeah.
So we did the cake cut, we bent the knife.
We cut the cake and the knife was really flimsy and we were just wobbling it everywhere. I don't know why it was so flimsy.
I think it was meant for decoration more than actual. It was
very pretty though.
Yeah. Oops. Anyway, so cake was cut, and then the great thing about this venue is everything is just sorted so discreetly. I didn't notice the cake disappear, but at some point they took the cake off to cut it.
I think we were probably busy doing our first dance.
Yeah, probably. But there was nothing.
The cake disappeared, and when it came back, it had been all sliced into really nice shaped pieces.
And they were cleaning as well, and but I didn't really see them.
It was just every single part of it was amazing.
Yeah, the catering was great. Anyway, so
after we cut the cake, we did the first dance.
Yeah. So Everything Has Changed by Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, which is our song. And that was really nice, but we didn't want to dance solo for the entirety of it because we thought that might be a bit awkward for us.
Yeah, we're
not dancers.
Quite awkward human beings. We say we're not dancers, but I feel like I love dancing.
I love dancing, but I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, me too. And I didn't feel very comfortable about just slow dancing in front of everyone for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, so we asked our parents to join it whenever they felt like it.
Yeah, so after about a minute our parents joined, which was really nice. And then slowly other people started joining as well, so lots of people were dancing by the end of it, which was nice, which led on really smoothly
into our dance playlist,
which I'm obsessed with. Like
Yeah.
I was listening to our dance playlist today in the car.
Yeah. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
We chose well.
And we knew we weren't going to have time for all the songs, but actually, like, the shuffle did us so well.
The best songs came on. It was like shuffle did really well, which was good.
Yeah.
So
And then
we basically danced all night.
we did.
Like 3 hours of just solid dancing, and I never wanted to stop.
No.
To be honest, I never intended to get off the dance floor.
No, it was so good.
I'm really glad that I danced for the whole night.
And we'd hired a photo booth, but we didn't think you could get up the stairs in your dress, but your friends were like not having it, and they carried...
So my friends all picked up my dress and walked me up the stairs to the photo booth.
Which was great, so we got some really nice photo booth pictures.
We did. And then, so we went back down and we just dancing. Basically, for a lot of the time we were dancing on our own, and then like throughout the night we just sort of like mingled with the other groups of people that were dancing.
Yeah, talking.
Which was amazing, because I've been to a few weddings where there's lots of music, but like people aren't really feeling it, and like people don't dance that much. But our wedding, like the dance floor was full the whole time.
Yeah.
Like everyone was dancing, and it just made me so happy. Like everyone seemed to be having the best time.
Yeah.
And so many people came up to us after the wedding saying like, this was such a beautiful day, and like I just feel so happy after that, and just like could cry again.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
We also had a hog roast in the evening for the very drunk people who needed to eat a little bit of bread. And I wanted to taste it because I didn't want to not taste it, so I had like a bite of it, but that is literally all I could muster.
Yeah, I regret not eating more of it. Like I wasn't hungry, but you gave me a bite of yours, and I didn't really taste any of the... I'm pretty sure the bite was just bread. Did you like make it yourself?
Yeah.
So much. Like how much pork did you put in it?
Like a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
I swear I didn't taste it. I wish I could go back now and have it.
Yeah, I could just devour that right now. Anyway, so we had that, and the ceremony area leads into the dance floor, so there were people just sitting, you know, who didn't feel like dancing or whatever, having conversations. That was really nice. The lighting was amazing.
The lighting was great.
My dad sorted the lighting.
Yeah, we had like multicoloured like disco lights.
Yeah, so we basically planned and sorted all the decoration and everything apart from the lights and the sound, because
that's not our area.
No, but we sorted everything else. The decoration it looked amazing, didn't it? All the decoration of everything. Yeah.
And then something really magical happened. So a few weeks before the wedding, we were talking about like if we could choose what our last song of the night would be, like what would we choose? And we decided on Mr. Brightside by the Killers, and because we loved that song.
Yeah, and also I played it. We did that thing like, you know, when you see those posts and it's like, if you start watching this movie at this point on New Year's Eve, it will say this line as it turns midnight.
As you go into the new year.
Yeah. So I was basically doing that, but for turning 18. So I did that with Mr. Brightside, and then the next day was the day I proposed. My birthday was the day I proposed to Lizzie.
So we were like,
it's kind of like full circle.
If we could choose what song could come on last, it would be that. It would be Mr. Brightside, because, you know, full circle moment.
Gets everyone on the dance floor.
Gets everyone on the dance floor, because, you know, everyone loves Mr. Brightside. Like, you can properly headbang to it, you can sing along like every word, you can scream, you know, it's just such a great feel-good song.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had no idea like how long we would get to play our music, because we originally thought it would be like 4.5 hours of dance music in the evening, but because
we were delayed,
because the evening overran, we were delayed starting like the party really, and so we had no idea how long we would have. So anyway, about 20 minutes before the end of the night, my cousin came up to me and she was like, I've just been told that if you want any particular song on, like, you need to play it now because we're about to finish. And we were just like, do you know what? Like, we don't want to waste any time like queuing up songs.
No, we're just gonna play.
We're just gonna
let shuffle play.
We're just gonna let the shuffle play, and whatever song
like we
comes
like all
on.
the songs on the playlist.
Yeah, like we've chosen the songs specifically. Like, we love them all. It doesn't matter what's gonna come on. Like, we'll be happy. And then Mr. Brightside was the last one on.
Just by shuffle.
Just by shuffle. And it was amazing. It felt so good. Like, we were dancing. Everyone on the dance floor was just like
Living.
going crazy, living. And then it turned, and then the second that the song ended, it turned 11 p.m, which was like turn off time,
yeah.
cut off point. And that was it. And
Yeah.
it was the perfect end to the perfect day.
Yeah,
It was
and
just,
you know, everyone was like getting ready to leave. They all came to say goodbye to us, the people, because obviously people left throughout the evening, but like
yeah.
the last few people say goodbye to us, and then we headed to our on-site accommodation, and we did the cards and presents, because we had some cards and presents
Yeah.
from the day, which was really nice. We were exhausted. We were so tired. It was you know, a very full day, so obviously you're going to be really tired, but it was just really nice to just have that quiet. The ears were ringing from the music.
It was that feeling like I've been listening to hours upon hours of like really loud music, and it's just like suddenly the silence and you can hear the ringing, and it was really nice to
just relax and
just
have
chill
some water
and reflect
and
on
reflect
the day,
yeah.
because it was
Perfect.
the best day.
And that's pretty much it, I think. Anything else you want to mention? No,
Don't think so.
I think that's it. But yeah, that was our wedding day, and we just
I
love
talking about it. It was amazing.
It's a week ago tomorrow for us when we're filming this, so yeah, my goodness, it feels really long ago. That's our wedding day. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see Lizzie in more videos, let me know, because I'm sure we can get her back on the channel. Can't we? Can't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.